Kaya Baba, Are you listening? Me, I'm just chilling with Mary J. Yeah, me been getting high every day. That's why I live in life the spirit way. The spirit way, oh the spirit way. So me not come with a new, me not come with a vibe, me not come with a crew. Me I want to tell you, waiting the real no who want to say. To make you listen, pay attention, should you hear me? Make you wake up, I be you never tire to slay. I be you don't want to make your eyes low.
Some persons do believe that there is a God or say superior power. People in this category has passed the first stage, which is believing. Now some persons has felt this power that caused them to believe, but the problem with this category is they all don't believe in one truth with their religions talking about the same thing, but it is being misinterpreted, thereby causing confusion and disunity. The scientist believes humans evolved, that there isn't a superior being, God, or the supernatural. This category still doesn't know anything yet about the mysteries and the adventures of this other world. Okay seekers, before we get deeper, I want you to drop your beliefs for now, and open your mind completely. Now ask yourself what makes the truth you believed to be true. Let me rephrase, what makes a truth to be the truth? A truth is an idea made or turned true by a person telling it to few other persons with believable, no matter how little, proofs till it is accepted by the people. Remember, it is a man-made truth. Don't vouch for it, cause even the founder of the truth still continues research on that truth. Why? Cause he seeks more about that truth. So as to know more. It's natural with humans, we never are really satisfied, so that undoubtedly means that truth has errors cause it was made with incomplete information. And the possibility of purposed misinterpretation should not be neglected. The fact is, any man-made truth can be manipulated, so don't be misled, be aware. For example, take a look at Malcom X. He had the gift of knowledge to understand and interpret, but was misled and heartbroken by his mentor and godfather, Muhammed Ali. Someone he looked up to and learned most teachings from, was guilty of sins he preached against. From the little I know, Malcolm X was a black American with addiction, born in the era racism was high. He witnessed it at a young age and later finally became a victim too. It ignited a deeper hatred for white persons inside him. He then defeated one of his demons, addiction. With the help of the powers he felt that made him search for that power, and he found himself in the church, which was the right place for him. But then he saw the man who was guilty of the crimes he was jailed for, a white man who was unfortunately the preacher at a time he was about to be redeemed, about to find God. This preacher began the process of their truth, that made seeing God as white. Hearing such made him want to hate that power, but another truth was presented which he embraced. He found comfort in telling him what he needed to hear, that God is black. He's been misled twice now. If only he wasn't, and had successfully found God, he'd have been greater. I don't know why the whites was the pioneers of the Bible. I do believe they not only changed and removed parts of the Bible, they also wrote, interpret, and preached it a way that favors them. A way that made them seem to look superior. But truth can only be delayed, never silenced. I don't know why they'd even think God is of any of these colors.
I mean, God won't really, after scattering the tongues, appear the same way to everybody.
He might be another color entirely or all in one, just like the rainbow. Those saying they've seen him, he appeared to them whether by dream, revelation, or was dead for a while. I believe they did. but that doesn't mean they get to give a verdict cause he appears in the most comforting way or figure for you. So back to our journey, they say information is power.
People don't understand that there is power in information. Now, in the olden days, it was a taboo to read and write. You don't need to know anything, just live your life. The God representatives then were the only ones allowed to know how to read and to know how to write. You couldn't even teach freely. It was a taboo to teach anywhere apart from the teaching schools, and all those laws were put in place to hold power to themselves. People were being denied information. Why do you think people were being denied information? Just like this movie.
What are these things?
Roman artifacts from the last invasion, hidden in her chamber.
My mother gave them to me the night you took her.
She was a sacrifice to the gods.
So you decided.
She knows the written word is forbidden. Only the gods have the power to write the truth.
So you cannot read them?
No more than the runes you scribed on my father's face.
Which means someone could die for having written books. Why? Why are they scared of? Information. Even up to now, that is what our politicians used against us. When they want a case to die, they bring out another information to supersede that one, and then keep giving you less information about what you were bothered about. Especially in Nigeria, at that moment where everybody is like, what next now? It is when they start giving you less information and then feed you with another useless information to take away your mind.
But another believes that knowledge is power, that is the truth they know and is made to believe, which I also agree to. The human method of handling such is weighing their proofs and then choose the truth. Condemning the other as a lie, but what others conclude as a lie is still believed by some to be true no matter what. Why? Cause they hold on to a part in that supposed lie that they know is true, likely cause they've seen or felt more than others have, just like religion. One get to be believed as true and others concluded a lie. This makes them keep arguing and proclaiming the correct truth over and over again. Aren't they tired of arguing? Wouldn't you like to know the real truth? I mean, what makes you sure any is true? It could take more than one for the real truth to be seen. What do I mean? For example, information claims to be power while knowledge claims this too. They both could individually have powers.
Now the thing about information is the type of knowledge you use to interpret it. Two people might be talking about the same thing, but their understanding is just different because of the knowledge that was used to interpret that information to them. That's the truth. So information has to be backed by knowledge. It depends on knowledge, and that is why there's so many religions.
Powers, just like religion, all they want to show is that the God and their ways of serving is the true way, when this methods was formed and manipulated by men. God caused this disunity when he decided to change our tongues. Do you think he picked one species of those humans to show the true part? No, of course, that would make him partial. Or were you expecting after changing our languages that made cultures emerge his appearance would be the same everywhere? It wouldn't. If not, what's the essence of what he did? The perfect way to serve God should be personal, not public. Example, the church is just to worship together in special occasions, cause if you have a connection with him you realize that no matter your location you always feel his presence, cause an energy. is a part of him dwells inside you, making you part of him, God. That was why Moses could hit the rock and water flowed without praying first as God instructed him to. But we can only access a small amount of this power from a greater source cause the earth hinders us, that's its work or purpose, to limit us. If you made attending church a tradition, I'm not condemning, but how much have you learnt? The truth is there is no attendance list, and after all your time on earth you die an illiterate without realizing your potential or tapping from that power which the church was to help you do already. The truth is the church has lost his ways again and forgotten its purpose.